Fast. What's up, Facebook? We're going around the world. Show the room here. Let's see the room. Say hi to the world. Right. Hi to the world. All the way around, John. There you go. All right, guys. My name is Keith Carey. I'm from Sherman Oaks, California, and I'm originally from Philadelphia. I came out to California when I was 18 years old with a knapsack and a gym bag and $300 in my pocket. I jumped on a Greyhound bus and I had a dream. I wanted to work out at Gold's Gym and I wanted to be a hairdresser. That's what I wanted to do. Be a bodybuilder and a hairdresser. Did a little bit of both. Did a little bit of both. But I worked as a hairdresser for 8 years in Malibu and Beverly Hills. And I had a great clientele. I got signed to a record deal in the late 80s as a solo artist. And I started living my dream. But before that, I was waiting tables at TGI Fridays. Anybody ever heard of TGI Fridays? All right, all right. And I had hair down here, and I had a goatee, and I had my earrings, because I was playing the rock star, even though I wasn't one yet. But in my mind, I was. And a guy came up to me after my shift. Now, this was 1980. 1980. This guy came up to me after my shift, and he said, "Yeah, that suit kind of like what I'm wearing, without the pocket square." And he said, "I've been watching you." He said, "You're gregarious, you're outgoing, you seem like a smart kid. I think I could take you under my wing, help you make a lot of money." I'm like, "This is LA, isn't it?" I'll watch myself. He said, "No, seriously, I think I could help you make a lot of money." And I said, "Doing what?" And he handed me his business card, and his business card said IBM. And I said, "Well, what do you do?" He said, "Well, I'm the new Senior Vice President of International Sales for a thing called the PC Division." Guess what my question was? What's a PC? He said, "It's a personal computer, and everyone in the world is going to have one on their desktop at some point." And I looked at him and I said, "Would I have to cut my hair and wear a suit like you?" And he said, "Yep." And I handed his card back to him. Wow, missed opportunity, right? What if I could? Now, here's another part of that story. I was telling a friend of this a couple of years ago. He said, "Keith, I got a better story for you. Exactly like your story. I live in Boston, that's where he lived." He said, "Exactly like your story, I have a guy that told me exactly the same thing. The only thing is, he said yes. And he just bought a $10 million home." Now, I'm here to tell you guys, we get about 3 opportunities in our lives. That was one for me. I'm sure I've had a couple of others. Okay? And sometimes we're walking around like this, we're so busy, we're bumping into walls, banging our heads against the, brick walls and tripping over ourselves, trying to pay the bills, keep up, do all those things that are in front of us. We're confused. Facebook all the time. Okay? Hey, look, we're using Facebook in a good way right now, but you get on Facebook sometimes, I don't know about you, I like funny cat videos. Now, I know Texas is not really a cat state. Is it? Who likes cats? All right, like 3 of you. My wife and I have a cat. We're pet lovers. But anyway, I like those funny videos, and I can get caught up looking at that stream all day long. Guess what? I haven't been on Facebook since this was introduced to me. Wow. Bruce, when you talked to me that day, here's how it happened. I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet because there's so much I want to pack in here. But you guys are going to get an opportunity to hear Gary. Gary's a rock star. Okay? I got a call. I was working in a nutritional company. I'm not going to name that company. And I love health and wellness. And I was doing network marketing. How many of you are in the network marketing or home-based business? Okay, so you guys know what I'm talking about. I was in this business, working my butt off. And I like the comp plan, I like the people, I like the culture, I like the leadership, I like the story, I like the stability of the company, I like everything. I started doing live streams on Facebook twice a day. I started dancing on Facebook. I was having a good time, right? People said when I stopped, they go, "Where's Keith? How come you're not dancing anymore?" You know what? Not one person Not one person bought my product. And then I got a call from Bruce and Rob Whitty. Rob, I know you're watching tonight, man. And that week, how many of you had rough times in your life? How many really have had rough times? Okay? All right. I can relate, man. I can relate. My life has dramatically changed because of Bruce, because of Cindy, Kelsey, Gary, several others, Mark. Dramatically changed. 2 months ago, I got a check for $11 for the week. I'm 58, man. I felt like crap to my wife. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Come on. How about last week?
Like Bruce said, my check last week was in the tens of thousands in 2 months.
Come on.
In the middle of summer.
Yeah.
In the middle of summer, when network marketing is flat. Looking around you, this ain't flat. Texas might be flat, but this sure is not flat. Okay? I told this story earlier. I sold my shoes. I had some nice shoes. I had to sell my shoes to pay the rent. I sold my wife's jewelry. It's such a blessing. I mean, what happened for me was when they told me about the cryptocurrency, when they told me about YoCoin, they brought it into my life. And I didn't do backflip right away. I said, I want to take a position. I like this space. I like who you are. I think this is really good stuff. So I took a position and I started reaching out to some people on Facebook. And some lady said, I want to get in. And I said, okay, you can start with $50 up to $2,000. She goes, I'll do two. Now she wouldn't give me the time of day. I said, two what? She said, 2,000. Right away. Right away. She tried to Western Union me that money. By the time it hit from Canada to California, it was $742. First of all, they wouldn't let her do $2,000. They said you can only do $1,000 a day. Then they said, is that because of the currency exchange, it went from $1,000 to $742. By the time I got to Western Union, I filled out the paperwork, and at Western Union, they said, sorry, this is blocked. I said, why? They said, we don't know. Come back in 20 minutes, we'll check it again. Came back in 20 minutes, they said, it's not even on the screen anymore. It's gone. Western Union. Well, I have a good account. Yeah, what? That's what I said. I called her, she called her bank. Now this is the difference between open and closed blockchains, guys. This is something you really need to learn. Closed blockchains, government, banking, institutions, where people are pushing buttons and pulling strings and manipulating things with or without your permission in the middle of the night. Your money is not your money. You put it in the bank, it's not your money. Look what happened in Greece. They came in and took people's money because they mismanaged the government. And so I said, well, where's the money? She said, I called my bank, they called Western Union, Western Union called the bank called Western Union, they can't find it. She finally hunted it down. And she said, Western Union had it, and they said, we're going to hold on to it for a week. Why are we doing YoCoin? Why are we involved here? We're involved here because you can send a transaction, you can receive a transaction like that, anywhere in the world, as long as somebody has a cell phone. In minutes, With Bitcoin, the largest transaction ever to occur was $150 million. $150 million in 10 minutes without a transaction fee.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, that deserves an applause. Without a transaction fee. This is my belief. If you earn it, you own it.
Yeah.
Right? Would you agree with that? Say amen to that.
Amen.
All right. So when Bruce talked to me, I got involved, I put the message out there to a couple of people. All of a sudden, people who wouldn't give me the time of day were throwing money at this situation, saying, I want to buy some of that. I came in when it was a half a cent. A half a cent. And remember my check was $11? I had to borrow money to get into this business. Because I sold everything already. I sold everything. And I'm being real transparent on Facebook. I mean, I'm being real. Okay? And I wish I bought more when it was 3 cents. And then when it went to like 11 cents. And then when it went to 18, I mean, seriously, guys. Because they kept saying, it's going to go to 3 cents. It's going to go to 3 cents. And I went, yeah, but I'll wait for it to go back down to 2. When it goes back down to 2, then I'll buy some more. They go, no, it's going to go to 3, and then it's probably going to hit 5. Well, it went to 5, and it blew right past 5, didn't it? Right past 5. Went to 10, 11, 14, 28, 39. Sounds like an article, doesn't it? Anyway, guys, I'm here to tell you that, you know, my life and my wife's life has changed dramatically because of Bruce Price, because of Sam Mendez, and because of YoCoin. And it's about being in the right place at the right time. There's times I looked in the mirror and I literally looked at myself and I said, is this the way it's going to be the rest of my life? I know I'm a smart guy. I know I'm a hard worker. You know, I'll do whatever it takes. But the problem was that I had my ladder against the wrong wall the whole time. That's all there was to it. Guys, I hate to say that, you know, use that old cliche, you're in the right place at the right time. I mean, that's so old because you've probably heard that a million times. My belief, and I've got proof, the proof is in the pudding, this is the proof. When they talk about pudding, I'm talking about pudding. Now my wife and I can afford to move out of our one-bedroom apartment. Yeah, thank you. We've done well before. We just mismanaged our money, I'll be honest. We mismanaged our money. I was a big spender. Because it was like being an actor. You're going after that gig all the time. You're always going for the gig. Then you finally get the gig, and you get the gig, and you spend all the money on a new car, a new home, or whatever, right? You know, same thing in network marketing sometimes. Work. And, you know, you almost get there, and then you finally hit that one deal, and you're like, drinks are on me! You know? Bottle of champagne for that couple over in the corner. And that's the way I was. I'm not a stingy person or greedy person at all. I'm very, very giving and loving. I love people. I love people. But I'm doing it different this time. I've learned some lessons. And I'm doing it with a group of people that are really, really phenomenal individuals. From Gary and Mark, Sam, Cindy, Kelsey, Bruce, the list goes on and on and on. And I want to thank each and every one of you. I'm going to bring Gary up. Gary is a rock star. Gary and I have known each other for, what, about 10 years? We met through a friend briefly. Talked on the phone one time. Never worked together. My friend Rob, so don't be afraid to talk to anybody and everybody. Okay? Because my friend Rob called a guy named Rafiq, who called Gary. And Gary and I have been working together very closely. Well, I'm going to let Gary get up here and do his dance, man. Because Gary, like I said, he's an amazing individual. He's been in this business for, what, about 25 years? 25 years. And Gary did it right out of the gate. Gary just went to town. He was like, he put in high gear right from the very beginning when he got involved in his network marketing business. Some of us struggled. Gary went right for the top of the mountain. So, you guys, please welcome Gary.
Getting tired of sitting down? You guys want to stand up and stretch up for a second at least, or what? I mean, we've had some great information, right? Yes. Hey, if you guys do that twist thing, just watch your neighbor. Watch that neighbor guy. I gotta tell you, cryptocurrency, this industry, folks, all I can tell you is that if any of you guys have been studying, reading, listening, you're in for a treat, because what you guys have been learning about the Bitcoin, I want to call it the Bitcoin craze. But you know what's funny? How many in this room bought Bitcoin 5 years ago?
Oh,
2, 1, 2. Okay. Now the question is, did you hold on to it? Or did you sell it? See, I have a friend of mine, he bought it at 10 cents and sold it the very next day. Woke up in the morning and said, my goodness, 40%! Sell! What do we used to today in this market, in the U.S.? 5%, maybe 10 per year. And you wake up and you see 40% in a day? You're like, oh man, I'm selling. You don't have the patience. I'm not holding this, it might go back down. Right? So, how many of you guys have been in direct sales for more than, let's say, 10 years? 10 years. Okay, imagine being like 23 years old. Your girlfriend comes home, tells you, hey, I met this guy. He's making $500 a day. Like $500 a day? That's pretty good money. Says, because I thought I made good money. I was doing good. For a kid, you know. I thought I was doing good. And I said, I want that guy's number. I don't know. I said, so what was it? I don't know, it was some big meeting, 500, 600 people. I said, were they all excited? She said, yeah. I said, I want that guy's number. Because I didn't know nothing about anything, right? So she said, I don't have his number. I said, well, who invited him? She said, well, my sister. Well, who invited her? Well, her friend did. Well, call her up. Call her up. Right? I was pretty motivated, right? So long story short, I called this guy up. I said, hey, I want to meet you. I want to meet you today. Because I had to go to my job. Right? I got to hurry up. I want to meet you and then go to my job. Long story short, he lived in one of the most wealthiest neighborhoods. I said, oh, that's just a few miles from me. I know exactly where you're at. I'll meet you there in 5 minutes. Okay? Because it's very close. So, first thing I asked him, where are your checks? I want to see what everyone was looking at. Right? Because he said he was claiming $500 a day. Because how many 20 years ago were making $500 a day? How many in this room? Anybody? That's good money for 20 years ago, right? So, he showed me, he said, okay, hang on. I'm just, rambunctious guy. He comes out with his arms filled like this. With boxes. Literally. He said, here you go. Take a look. I went through thousands of pay stubs. Because he wasn't making $500 a day, guys. He only showed him one check. He was making dozens a day. I said, okay, what do I got to do? He said, well, you see this kid here? You got to go out and sell $700 worth per day. Every day for 30 days. I said, that's all I got to do? And I'll make that kind of money? He said, yeah, but there's one key thing. You can't go to sleep until you've sold one of these every night. You cannot go to sleep until you sell one of these every night for 30 days straight. 30 days straight. I said, okay, I'll do it. How many of you would have said that? 23 years old. $700 every single day, not go to sleep until you sold one. Who would make a commitment like that to themselves? There's a few of you. You got to think about your commitment to yourself for your future. Am I making sense?
Yep.
Well, guess what I did? I accomplished that goal. I had no idea how I would do it. I just said I would do it. That's the first decision we make when you get into something. Anything you make, you go 100%. You go all out. You never question yourself. You never doubt yourself. You just make it happen. That makes sense, right?
Yes.
What happens when you lose belief in yourself? You quit. You stop. You think I was told no by people that were 3 times my age? Son, you don't know what you're doing. Son, you're doing a scam. Son, I'm not giving you that kind of money. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm still going to the next guy. Who's your friend? Who's your neighbor? I'll go talk to him. Right? Well, guess what? End of 30 days, I was doing nearly $20,000 per week. That guy told me the truth. I believed him. You know why? Because he showed me as I saw it. But I was determined to make sure I was dealing with somebody who was up in front of an audience that was doing what they said. And I didn't know what I was, I knew what I was doing. I was a pretty smart kid. But at the end of the day, I still wanted to see it for myself. If I told you guys there was a lion in that room over there, a vicious lion, you guys would all think I was crazy. Because we're not in the zoo, are we? But if you heard him, you might, oh, maybe it is there. All of a sudden, peeks his head around there and starts roaring. Then you're going to go, wow, there is a lion here. That means you become a believer. How many got this coin when it was 1 cent? How many got it in the very 5 minutes after somebody called you, they told you about this? How many said, okay, I'm in? Or did you go, well, let me think about it. I'll call you tomorrow. You got any links? You got a video? You got something I can see? Come on. You know, I'm going to tell you something. How many of you guys have prayed and said, oh, God, help me. I need some help. And then somebody just threw you a lifeline and you threw it away. You weren't paying attention to the signs. You weren't paying attention to your heart, your gut instinct. We don't have to sell you on YoCoin, guys. You have to sell yourself. You have to sell what your dream is, what your belief is. Am I saying anything wrong? Anything that doesn't make sense? No. Most of your life, when your friends come to you, you be open-minded, you listen, and you pay attention, and then you do your homework right then and there. No excuses. You start giving yourself excuses, guess what? You just gave your excuse. You gave yourself an excuse to fail, and you're going to fail right there on that spot, and you will not succeed. How many of you guys started something and then quit? 3 days later, something else came along. Whoa! Man, that's a redder carpet. I'm going to go on that carpet. Oh, another one over here. I'm going to tell you something. If you change machines, make sure you do them both. It's equally as hard if you do that decision. I'm in other businesses besides YoCoin, but I manage them. How many own 2 houses? How many own 2 cars? How many have 2 children? You're managing things. So come on. If you're in any business, it doesn't matter if you're in a nutritional business, it doesn't matter if you're in some skincare business, cryptocurrency is your future, your children's future, and their children's future, whether you like it or not. And wouldn't it make sense to be in on the ground floor? Literally the ground floor. This is the ground floor. That's where you're all at. The ground floor can't get any better than that, folks.
Actually, I think we're in the basement.
Yeah, we are, aren't we? So, my point is this, folks. Is Bitcoin real? Is cryptocurrency on the blockchain getting news? Is it getting worthy news? Have people become multi-millionaires, billionaires in the cryptocurrency era in less than 6 years? You guys met a guy over here that was smart enough to hold on to those coins this entire time. Get patience. Some of you guys are going to yourself, oh man, I can't wait till my 30 days is up. I'm going to sell this coin. I can't wait. Some of you better just think real hard. 30 days ain't very long. You've waited 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years to your retirement. What's wrong with a year or 2 years? Get the bigger picture. That's what I want you to know. I want you to get the bigger picture. Bigger picture is every single one of you. How many of you guys believe you could become a millionaire in this room? Raise your hand. I see some hands that are not up. Everybody put their hand up as high as you can reach it. If you have faith and you have confidence in yourself, and I'll tell you what, this team, this industry, this future, I'm going to tell you what, every one of you have that opportunity. And there are guys in here that are making already 6 figures, having been in the business 90 days. Wow. Okay, so what do we want to learn here today, guys? What do you want to learn? You guys want to learn how to make money in this deal? Right?
Yeah.
If I got my message across, you got to have faith. You got to make a decision and go wholeheartedly. There is no hold bar, no stopping. When you run this machine, you run it hard. You run it for 90 days to 6 months, as hard as you can. And that will change your life. How's that sound?
Great.
Okay? So, I don't know if we have a big screen thing, but I'd like to share with people maybe that, you know, $50, guys. People around the world can afford $50. That gives us a global opportunity to help families in need. How many like that one? How many like the fact that we have a cryptocurrency in a company that does not have a startup cost? No registration fee. No monthly fees. How like that? Wow! Okay. What about the fact that every time you make a purchase, it's 100%? How many would like to have the idea? How many have ever bought a gold bar before? I know you have. I can tell. Just a smart man. Right?
Not smart enough.
Listen, let me give you an idea. If we take this is what we call a fiat currency, right? All this stuff, right? This is what we like. We want more of this, right? This is actually almost trashy as garbage. Because you know what? I mean, it's good. It gives us what we want. But the reality is, I'll change this all day long. This right here. All day long. It's our future. It's digital. You don't have to carry it around. You can move digital currency at the click of a button right from your cell phone. Borderless. What happens if you carried 11,000 across the airport? Security, what would happen? What would happen? Hey! This is a drug dealer! Frisk him! Throw him down! Right? But guess what? Digital currency, it's on your phone. It could be on a UPS or USB, I mean. It should be handling literally millions of dollars. And it's just on a little key fob or a little login account. You can go anywhere in the world. Do you understand the difference of that? It is so powerful. So, $50 to get in. And guess what? You don't have to stop there. If you had something good, would you want to keep buying more? How many like ice cream? I mean, sometimes you just got to have that 2 scoops. You know, 1 scoop ain't enough. I want 2 scoops, right? So same thing here, folks. If we pick up our cryptocurrency, are we not building for our future, for ourselves and our families? Yeah, we are. And we're getting those coins at face market value, right there on the spot. We're going to automate things, folks. Trust me, that things will get more automated for all of us. But wouldn't you like to be in the basement floor, ground floor at this stage, where sometimes, hey, we may have to make deposits and do these different things? It's worth that extra effort. Just that little bit of extra effort can take you the extra mile, right? Now, you can wait if you want. You can tell your friends to wait if they like, and that's okay. They're going to come in later, sooner or later. Maybe some other cryptocurrencies, who knows? But we've got a good foundation going on here. We've got a plan here. We're developing an app. They're doing some cool stuff, okay? But here, what's one of the main topics that you guys want to know about this money thing? You want to know how the marketing plan works? How many understand how the marketing plan works? You need to know more? You know how to do it, right? I can tell you're an expert too. You've done this before, huh?
Be as good as they get.
Okay. Okay.
Just please share.
Okay. I wish I had a little draw board, but I don't, right? Okay. Okay, one thing you'll have to learn real good right now is close your eyes and vision. Vision this. Visualize. They call it visualize. Visualize, you're now invited into this company and you're one of the next millionaires over the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, baby.
You literally can see 7 figures. You can put a 1 on the front or a 2 or a 3. That's totally up to you how many millions you want. Or if you want 1 million, that's fine too. But the idea is when you visualize this, you're going to get to bless 2 very nice friends or very nice family members. And you're going to invite this into this business model. And you're going to be able to share with them this cryptocurrency thing that they don't even understand, let alone you don't know much about either. You just know it sounds cool. It sounds digital. It's the industry, right? Okay? So now, check this out. How many know simple math. 1 plus 1 is what? 2. Okay, so basically check this out. In this Oh no, I get a board with no pin. Oh Lord. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do my best with this pink thing. It might not show up very well. Okay, check this out. Oh, you guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a U, right? Everybody's seen these? How many of you guys have seen a big board with the circles before? Okay, just envision this being digital money, okay? Just visualize that. Okay, here's the deal. Imagine there's a line drawn right through the center here, okay? All you've seen this probably before, right? But what we're looking at is when we bring a party into the table, we're going to call this a left and a right team. Here's the cool part about that, is that whoever those first two families are, they're at the top of your business that you will be making $1 million in. You understand that? What that just means is that who's ever first in your business is going to have support of monies or cryptocurrency purchases in their team. Because we have two teams in this business model. So a left team, a right team, could be A, B. And if you got something favorite, you can call it what you want. We call it left and right. Okay? Because we all know this, right? So left and right, every single family is given a free opportunity. How many like free? It's a low-hanging fruit. That means it's very easy. When somebody joins, it's $50 and $50 towards their family's purchase, or it can be all the way up into $50 increments. So 50, 100, 150, 200, right? Okay, all the way up to 2,000. Very simple. When they do this, guess what? That's going to pay us, or whoever made that direct sale, basically 10%. So, doesn't seem like a lot, right? But 10%, folks, that's a good earning on a sale. Okay? There is 10% because it gets paid on every single sale. But what if this individual decides to buy 100, or 500, or 1,000, or 2,000? Now that's $200, right? When's the last time the average teenager made $200 in 5 minutes? Because that might be a simple phone call, and literally 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, an hour later, right? It's that fast. So what if he did 5 calls in a day? What if he did something like $700 in sales a day for 30 days and built a team? Okay? So the bottom line is you have two teams, left and right, and you have opportunity given to you for free, but the reality is this. We have an opportunity in this system, we're not going to get into too much, for $35,000 per week. When's the last time some of you made $35,000 in a week? How would you like that given to you as a free opportunity on one of the hottest commodities in the world? The hottest industry going today, having the most support information, actually giving the credibility to the industry, and we, as YoCoin, become the next potential Bitcoin. Let me like that idea. You know, if you guys do the math real fast on the fact that people around the world work really hard. Some of you figured that out, right? You keep doing these circles. I call it the gerbil wheel. Right? Okay? Well, that stops right here. You guys are in a good company, and we're going to make it, and it's going to get better and better and better and better. Okay? It's going to get better and better and better. So, all I can share with you this is that if you knew 5 years ago that Bitcoin would do what it was doing today, seriously, ask yourself and be honest with yourself. If you literally heard about Bitcoin 5 years ago, and somebody said, hey, I got this thing, Bitcoin, I don't know what it really is, but you should really buy some. How many of you would have probably bought it when there was no marketing, no advertising, no banners? It was just this thing nobody knew nothing about. Just like Keith turning down the PC opportunity. He could have been the next Bill Gates or something, right? Right there. Keith Gates' son, right there. So, my point is this. How many of you would have purchased Bitcoin at that time? Just took the risk, took the chance. Did you know that if you spent, let's just say you plunged in there and said, I'm going to aim for $5,000 at that time. Because you could buy 5,000 Bitcoin at that time. At that time it was around 5 cents. 5 cents. you held them today, I think the price of Bitcoin is around $661.67, somewhere in that to my last knowledge. Because I pay attention to that one Bitcoin. So do some of you in here. The key is, I want you to understand $5,000 would become worth today, your net worth, $661 million today. Clap hands. That's a good one. 661 million in just 5-6 years. Guys, we might have the next potential big one. Payments.com. Hey, that's a third-party article that came out and just said, guys, YoCoin could be the potential next Bitcoin as an alternative. We're the people's coin. We're the peer-to-peer coin. We have faster, quicker authentication. Do you understand? We have a consumer-to-business coin. Because they built the app, we moved this out. Guys, we're only in phase 1 of rolling this thing out. Phase 1. You guys have even talked about that. Phase 1 is just being involved and growing with it. Some of you guys should be on your phone dialing your friends, but in between. But other than that, all I'm saying is this. We started at 2 cents. I did buy some at a penny. I think it was a penny and a third. I bought some at 2 cents. I bought some at 3 cents. I bought some at 5 cents. I bought some at 10 cents. I bought some at 20 cents. I bought some at 30 cents. I will keep buying it. Why do you do that? Why would I do that? Why would you do that? Why? Because I am also able to contribute to the success of YoCoin. We own it. This is a people's coin, folks. Every single one of you, look at yourself, put your hands, look at yourself. When you look at yourself, you can support your own future. You can promote, you can support, you can watch. But you realize that if you get back and start pulling on this rope with us, back and forth,